Make bedtimes the best times with Bookosmia's Goodnight Stories. For kids, by kids.
Treasure Beyond the Horizon by Ishaanaa Bhagchandka, age 10, from Kolkata, is a captivating pirate adventure story for children. Hello? I don't know how this journal has come into your hands, but don't share it with the world or give it to anyone. My name is Wilhelmina Roberts, though I'd walk the plank before letting anyone call me that. To my father and to the crew of the Black Panther, I am simply Deg Bobby, daughter of a pirate, raised by the sea. My mother died the day I was born. It's a subject no one aboard dares speak of, though I see the shadow it casts across my father's eyes when he thinks no one is watching. He is a pirate, yes, but also an adventurer, a man who has stared down storms, navies, and monsters whispered about in sailors' tales. And he raised me not in a cradle, but on of salt slick wood. The Black Panther was my nursery. The creak of timbers and crash of waves my lullabies. By the time most children were learning letters, I was learning knots. I climbed rigging before I could write my full name. My first pet was Finch, a one-eyed parrot with a filthy mouth. My first toys were carved sea monsters Biggle whittled for me from scraps of driftwood. The crew was my family. Old Joe, with his beard that dragged like rope, had sailed with my father longer than I had been alive. Captain Sabrina, who wasn't really a captain but demanded the title, danced with daggers as easily as other women danced in ballrooms. Biggle was gentle despite his size, a mountain of a manveet, a heart too soft for piracy. They were rough, dangerous, loyal, and they loved me in their own gruff way. Still, the sea was no kind mother. Storms struck without warning. Nights stretched so black I swore the world had ended outside our lantern light. And though I laughed at tales of sea serpents, I sometimes clutched Finch close when the wind howled, whispering, "Don't be afraid, Bobby. Pirates don't cry." But I did cry, sometimes, when no one was looking. It was on an ordinary Tuesday night that my story truly began. We had just defeated a British Navy frigate after 3 days of chase. Victory was ours, and with it, the spoils of gold and barrels of rum. The crew was wild with celebration in a Tortuga tavern. Old Joe billowed sea shanties, Sabrina danced on tables, and mugs of algae clattered together with laughter. Even I felt untouchable. But when we stumbled back to the Black Panther, the air had shifted. The sea churned strangely, the wind sharp with a chill that didn't belong. Out on the horizon, the stars flickered as if they were dying. "Storm coming," I whispered to Biggle. "Not like any I've seen," he muttered. By midnight, the celebration was long gone. The crew fought the sails, tying down barrels, preparing for war with the ocean itself. My father stood at the helm, face grim, scanning the growing wall of black clouds. The first wave struck like a cannon blast, nearly sweeping me off my feet. Sabrina yanked me upright. "Stay sharp, girl. The sea's hungry tonight." And then we saw it. The maelstrom. A whirlpool, vast as a city, tearing the ocean into a spiraling abyss. The waves dragged us toward its dark throat, spinning faster, louder, hungrier. Lightning slashed the sky without thunder. "Hard to port," my father bellowed. The crew strained, muscles burning, ropes creaking, but it was useless. The vortex pulled harder. The Black Panther tilted dangerously. A mast snapped like a twig. "Daddy!" I screamed, clutching the railing. "Hold on, Bobby," he roared. For the first time, I saw fear in his eyes. The deck lurched. My grip slipped. The sea swallowed me whole. Water crushed me, churning me through black tunnels of current. My lungs burned. My mind screamed. I thought of Finch, of Sabrina, of mornings with my father, watching the sun bleed gold across the waves. And then, darkness. When I woke, I was sprawled on black sand. My chest heaved, coughing up seawater. My body ached like I'd been beaten. The sky above was grey, the air sharp with the stink of sulfur. Jagged peaks rose across the horizon. The trees inland were twisted, their leaves a sickly violet. Strange birds with crimson eyes screeched above, and I knew where I was. Fulava, the cursed island, the place pirates hated the most. My skin prickled, heat pulsing under my veins. From deep in the forest came the sound of a conch shell, low and terrible. The ground trembled with it. Then, on the sand before me, glowing letters carved themselves into the earth. You have brought dishonor to Fulavh. Slimy seaweed. I yelled, staggering back. I didn't do anything. The sand gave way beneath me, sucking at my legs. I thrashed, clawing at the ground, but the earth pulled me deeper. Help! I screamed, though no one could hear. The last word I saw glowing before I sunk beneath the black earth was exile. And then, once again, everything went dark. When I opened my eyes, I was no longer on Fulava. A carved wooden sign stood before me. Welcome to Mathanga. The air here was warmer, softer. Towering trees reached skyward, their branches woven into platforms and houses. Sunlight streamed golden through leaves the size of sails. Strange flowers glowed faintly, and from those branches leapt the tutunpatra. They were small, pale-bodied creatures with spiky blue hair, sharp green eyes, and clothes of animal skins and leaves. One landed gracefully before me. Hello, guest, it squeaked. You have brought honor to Mathanga. We shall take you to the steam bath. Still trembling, I nodded. All right. Lead the way. The bath lay in a cavern where hot mist curled from glowing pools. The air was thick and heavy, filled with the scent of herbs. Enter, the Tutunpatra said. I hesitated. Then I stepped in. The water wrapped around me like a living thing. My body burned, then cooled, then burned again. My vision blurred as steam thickened into shapes. I saw the Black Panther, my father at the helm, my crew battling storms. And then, me, standing tall, a crown of roots and flame on my head. The steam hissed louder, whispering words, Bobby Roberts. You are chosen. You will rule Mathanga. The Tutunpatra bowed low. The bath has spoken. The island accepts you as its queen. My heart pounded. Me, a pirate girl, daughter of the sea, abandoned by Fulava yet claimed by Mathanga? It felt impossible. But deep within me, I knew the truth. Wasn't just a survivor. I wasn't just a guest. I was their leader now. And so I write this final line in my journal. From this day forward, I, Bobby Roberts, daughter of a pirate, shall rule Mathanga. Thank you.